There is a city that lives in the imagination of millions around the world. A city that has been romanticized in movies, music, and stories for generations. A place where ambition feels alive in the air, where every street corner seems to hold the promise of opportunity. Welcome to New York City. From the towering skyscrapers of Manhattan to the dazzling lights of Times Square, this is a place where people come to chase something greater than themselves. Some come in search of success, others come looking for a fresh start, and many arrive with nothing but a dream and the belief that this city will change their lives forever. But behind the bright lights and iconic skyline lies a deeper truth, a reality that is rarely shown on postcards or social media. Because while New York City is a land of dreams, it is also a place of relentless pressure, constant hustle, and difficult choices. Welcome to Global Curiosity, where we explore the world beyond the surface and uncover the stories people don't always tell. Today, we take a closer look at what it really means to live in New York City, where dreams and reality collide every single day. For many people around the world, New York City represents the peak of possibility. It is the city where anything can happen. You imagine yourself walking through Central Park on a cool morning, coffee in hand, surrounded by the quiet beauty of nature in the middle of a bustling metropolis. You picture yourself stepping into a high-rise office, working your dream job, building a life that once felt out of reach. This is the image that draws millions of people to New York every year. The idea that in this one city, you can reinvent yourself completely. You can start over, build something new, and become the person you've always wanted to be. And in many ways, that dream is real. New York is one of the most economically powerful cities in the world. It is home to major industries like finance, media, fashion, and technology. It is where global decisions are made, where trends are born, and where influence spreads across continents. The energy of the city is undeniable. It pushes you to think bigger, to move faster, to aim higher. In New York, you are constantly surrounded by people who are chasing something. That kind of environment can be incredibly motivating. It can make you feel like success is just one step away. But as inspiring as the dream may be, the reality begins to reveal itself the moment you try to build a life here. The first and most immediate challenge is the cost of living. Living in New York City is not just expensive, it can be overwhelming. Rent alone can take up a huge portion of your income, sometimes more than half. A small apartment in Manhattan can cost more than a large, comfortable home in many other parts of the world. For many residents, space becomes a luxury. People learn to live in small apartments, often sharing with roommates just to make ends meet. Privacy becomes limited, and comfort is often sacrificed for location. Being close to work or opportunities can mean paying significantly higher rent, forcing people to constantly balance convenience with affordability. And it doesn't stop at housing. Everyday expenses like food, transportation, and healthcare quickly add up. Even something as simple as buying groceries or eating out can feel significantly more expensive than expected. Over time, these costs create a financial pressure that shapes the daily lives of millions of people in the city. For some, this pressure becomes a constant source of stress. The dream of living in New York slowly shifts into the reality of simply trying to stay afloat. Instead of enjoying the city, many find themselves working long hours just to cover basic expenses. This leads to another defining feature of life in New York City, the hustle. In this city, time moves differently. Everything feels faster, more urgent, more intense. The streets are always busy, the trains are always crowded, and the pace of life rarely slows down. People wake up early, rush through packed subway stations, and spend their days navigating a city that never seems to pause. The subway system, which connects the entire city, becomes a central part of daily life. It is efficient, but it can also be exhausting. Delays, overcrowding, and long commutes are common. For many, hours of each day are spent simply getting from one place to another. At work, the pressure continues. Competition is high, and expectations are even higher. In a city filled with talented, driven individuals, standing out can be difficult. This pushes people to work harder, stay longer, and constantly prove their value. While this environment can lead to incredible success, it can also take a toll on mental and physical health. Burnout is common, stress becomes part of daily life, and despite being surrounded by millions of people, many individuals experience a deep sense of loneliness. In a city that is always moving, it can be surprisingly easy to feel left behind. Yet, even with these challenges, people continue to come, because there is something about New York that is hard to explain, but impossible to ignore. Part of that reason lies in the diversity of the city. New York City is one of the most culturally diverse places in the world. People from all backgrounds, all countries, and all walks of life come together in this one space. This creates a unique environment where different cultures, languages, and ideas coexist. You can walk through one neighborhood and experience a completely different culture just a few streets away. Food, music, art, and traditions from around the world are all present in the city. This diversity is one of New York's greatest strengths. It creates a sense of global connection that is difficult to find anywhere else. However, alongside this diversity exists a stark contrast between wealth and struggle. New York is a city of extremes. On one side, there are luxury apartments, high-end restaurants, and lifestyles that most people can only imagine. On the other side, there are individuals who are struggling to survive, facing challenges like homelessness and financial insecurity. These two worlds exist side by side, often just blocks apart. It is not uncommon to see immense wealth and visible hardship in the same area. This contrast can be shocking, especially for those experiencing the city for the first time. It raises important questions about inequality, opportunity, and what it truly means to succeed in a place like New York. For some people, the city delivers everything they hoped for. It provides opportunities, connections, and experiences that change their lives for the better. They find success, build careers, and create a life that feels fulfilling. For others, the experience is very different. The high cost of living, constant pressure, and fast-paced environment can become overwhelming. Some people leave the city after realizing that the reality does not match their expectations. So, is living in New York City worth it? The answer is not simple. It depends on your goals, your resilience, and what you are willing to sacrifice. New York is not an easy place to live. It demands a lot from those who choose to call it home. It requires hard work, determination, and the ability to adapt to constant change. But for those who can navigate its challenges, it also offers something unique. It offers growth. It offers perspective. It offers the chance to be part of something bigger than yourself. Because in the end, New York City is more than just a place. It is an experience, one that shapes you, challenges you, and ultimately changes you. It is a city that tests your limits, pushes you beyond your comfort zone, and forces you to confront both your strengths and your weaknesses. And whether you succeed or struggle, one thing is certain. If you live in New York long enough, you will never be the same again. So, what do you think? Is New York City a dream worth chasing, or a reality too difficult to sustain? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the deeper stories behind the world's most iconic places, don't forget to subscribe to Global Curiosity, because every city has a story, and we're here to tell it.